Hello, hello everyone. How are you all tonight? Good morning, Jacqueline from North Yorkshire. Elise, Rob, Claudine, everybody's here. Welcome along to another fantastic lesson with LearnBridge Online. Welcome also to anybody who's new. If you are new, feel free to go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat window in the bottom right hand corner. Just let us know where you're from, and I'm sure you will have a fine time tonight. Everybody here is very encouraging and very welcome, so you're in safe hands. So if there are any technical difficulties tonight, just quickly, there's a couple of things you can do. You can leave it for a few moments, see if it irons itself out. If that doesn't work, just refresh your browser tab. Otherwise, close your browser tab completely, go back to your original email invitation, click on the link from there again, and hopefully that'll work. We don't have that many issues usually, but if we do, that solves 99.9% of them. If that does fail, there is a LearnBridge Online logo up in the top right hand corner of the screen. It says in small print, click here for support. So if you click on that, it will come through to me in the background and I will help you resolve your issues. So if we can keep any technical challenges out of the main chat window and just put them into that little chat support window with me, that would be great. All right. Good morning, Andrew. Hi, Jack, Claudine, Rose. Okay, so I will start the recording and then invite our esteemed teacher up. I'm sure we've got something great in store for us tonight. Just have to wait for this to tick over. All right, welcome along everybody to another fantastic lesson here at LearnBridge Online with our fantastic teacher, Jack Stocken. Welcome to those of you on the live recording, also to those of you who are watching the replay. If you are watching the replay, please come and join us for the live session if you can next week. Come along, ask us your questions. Your engagement is what makes this community such a fantastic place. Don't forget, you can always go back to your classroom area, your classroom page, and leave questions. You can also go back and watch any of the lessons that you have previously watched and all the ones that you've missed. So without further ado, let us invite Jack up to the stage. Everybody, please give Jack a warm welcome.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, it's good evening for you, Caroline. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Yes, looking forward to another lesson. Also, very exciting today, Caroline. At the end of this lesson, everyone, well, hopefully everyone will stay on the line because we're going to tell them how to practice playing bridge online with fellow students from this class on Bridge Base Online.
Fantastic. You guys will have so much fun. So make sure you find it out from Jack. That's really exciting.
I'll tell them more about it at the end. But that's really exciting. I know that you play in the WhatsApp group with the improvers. There's like 80, 100 of you, I think, in the group.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And we're always just asking people to join. It's such a great group. And, you know, everybody's really friendly as well. There's no ego. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. So hopefully the idea is to get the beginners playing bridge with fellow beginners online. And that's how, and practice is so important, as you know, Caroline. It's one thing having the lessons, but you really need to, get the cards in your hand.
Jump in and give it a go and support each other. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's not too difficult to get on. It's literally a question of registering, logging on, having a username. We tell you how to do it. It's not rocket science. And obviously the first time it's a little bit nerve-wracking.
First time, but everybody will be in a very similar position. So
yeah, actually, Bashir, as you know, Caroline, he's also given a training video as well for the students to watch on his website. But all that will become clear at the end. And I think Bashir will send an email as well.
Great. All right. Well, I'm going to leave you to the lesson. I'll see you at the end, but have a great lesson.
See you on the other side.
See you.
Thank you, Caroline. Okay, everyone. So let's get going with today's lesson. There we go. It's responding to one of a suit and also a bit on opening leads as well. And a warm welcome if you're watching in replay. I know many of you do. Oh, can we just welcome Elise to the class as well? Elise is a newcomer If we can just welcome her in the chat box. She's been watching in the library, like many of you do. You watch in the library, the replay library, and then you catch up with the live lessons at some point eventually. So there we go. Yeah, it's called the 6-point rule. Really, actually, from day one, I've been telling you about 6 points, but be more specific here. When open a bid's one of a suit, I don't know, one heart, it really means I could have 12 points minimum. I could have as many as 19 or 20. You know, it's, you know, no upper limit really. So you must respond with 6 points, okay? The reason is, if you pass, you will miss game if open has 19. So say if I open one heart with 19 points, you must reply with 6, you see, because 6 and 19 is 25, which gives you enough for game. Okay, that's why it's called the 6-point rule. Obviously, it's totally different if I open one no trump. We did that last week. Okay, so let's get started. First question of the morning. I've opened one heart, promising 12 to 19, 20, maybe 21 points. And I've got 4 cards or more. What's your best bid there, if anything, with 6 points? Yes, it's always lovely, I find, when students have been watching my lessons in the replay library for beginners actually come and join the live class. Those watching in replay, what do you think? Oh, Andrew, we couldn't bid one club. No, I bid one heart. So you'd have to bid 2 clubs, if anything. The large majority of the chat box, which I see scrolling down the right of my screen, are bidding 1 spade. And guess what? The large majority are right. Good. So it's called the 6-point rule. So you must bid with 6 points. No, 0 to 5 you would pass. But yeah, best to just bid there, the longest suit at the lowest level. It's something I used to say more than anything to students when I used to tour around Yorkshire and on my bridge holidays that I run. Bid your longest suit at the lowest level. And also it's a major suit. It'd be wrong to bid 2 clubs here. Just 1 spade. Good. I've opened 1 heart. This time you've got 5 points. Anything for you there? Yes. So that's 0 to 5 inclusive. It's a pass, isn't it? Game is very unlikely. Good. Fairly simple, the 6-point rule. Well, I think it is. You may disagree. Here's another one. 6 points, this time 5 diamonds and 4 hearts. What's your best bid here, if anything, after my opening bid of 1 club? So do we bid 1 diamond, or do we bid 1 heart? We don't need to bid 2 diamonds, by the way, because clubs are the lower ranking suit. We couldn't just bid 1 diamond here. But do we bid 1 diamond or 1 heart? Well, let me give you a get out of jail free. I'm feeling generous. It's almost Christmas. It's length before strength. So given that, are you going to bid a diamond or a heart? You must bid with 6 points, of course. But it's length before strength. When you open, and mostly when you respond as well. I know the hearts are better, but the quality of the suit is irrelevant in bridge when you're opener or responder. You know, North, for opening 1 club, might have 4 clubs to the 9. You know, they're not promising any strength in that suit, just 4 cards. And the right answer, not surprisingly, is 1 diamond. The longest suit at the lowest level. Well done if you went 1 diamond first time. we should play hand 1 on BBO, which we're going to do now. Here it is. So we've got 19 points. What do we open with the North hand? 19 points. North is the opener. They're the dealer, as you can see. To the left, D for dealer. So we've learned, well, we learned one thing this morning already, length before strength, just to reiterate that. And of course, do stay on the line at the end. We'll take you through how to play on this website, actually, Bridgebase Online. For free. Yeah, don't need to pay. Most of you are opening 1 club, yes, length before strength. East passes. South with their 6 points. Do they bid anything? Yeah, they must bid with 6 points. Morning, Drew. Morning, Denise, Stuart, Elise, Claudine, Carrie, Andrew. You're all bidding 1 spade. Good. 6 points or more. We must say something. And what next for North with their 19 points, do you think? Jacqueline, good morning. What next for North? Known as opener. North is known as opener, by the way. South is called responder, just to reiterate that. We'll talk about what East-West are called at a slightly later date, not too far in the future. Well done, Stuart, Andrew. You're all jumping to 4 spades because you've got the fit, so you must support spades. The fit is 8 cards or more, of course. We did that a few weeks ago. 8 plus cards. You know you've got a fit. And secondly, you've got enough points for game because you know South has promised 6 points. North adds that to their 19. They get to 25, which of course is the secret ingredient for game. Good. And what is West's lead? So South is playing 4 spades because South bid spades first. Yep, they become declarer. Won't let anyone else lead apart from West on the online. So what card does West lead with against 4 spades? We are doing a bit on opening lead later on in this lesson, actually. Well, we have done this. Jack's favourite lead, it's known as online. And, well, most of North Yorkshire, parts of Lincolnshire and Leicestershire as well. Ace from Ace King. It is the best lead in bridge against a trump contract. If you're leading in no trumps, you'd have led the 6 of diamonds, the lowest card from the longest suit. But here, Ace from Ace King. Good. Well, I'm just looking at the dummy. Thank you, partner. They've wished me good luck in a robotic kind of voice. I'm just deciding whether to draw trumps or not. Let's have a look. Right, so time to play. What does West do next, do you think, having won the Ace of Clubs? Well, it's not, you don't have to, but it's normally right to play the king next. Yep, normally right to follow up with the king. Well, I'm feeling slightly cheeky here. Do you think I'm going to throw the 8 of clubs, number 8, or the queen here as declarer? Remember, no one can see my hand. My cards are hidden. Let's just make that very clear. Of course, you're playing a real game of bridge. My hands are hidden, as are the defender's hands. Yeah. The only cards that we can see would be dummy, which are laid up in columns if you're playing on a table like that. Black, red, by the way. And trump's always gone dummy's right. Okay? That's it. That's to be the dummy. But yeah, the other 3 hands are all hidden. Let's just remember that, because obviously it's easy to lose sight of that when we're playing online with all 4 hands visible. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit cheeky. I'm going to throw the queen to make it look as though I only started with 2 clubs here. And it doesn't matter, because the 10 of clubs, the 9 of clubs, and the 8 of clubs are all winners. So it actually costs me nothing to play the queen of clubs here. Okay, good. What do you think West does next, having played the ace king of clubs? They've seen partner play the jack of clubs. They've seen me play the queen. Well, either partner, i.e. East, has run out of clubs, or declarer. So it's definitely a risk worth taking to play that club. Yeah, hoping that partner can trump it. So either East has run out of clubs or declarer, but it's a risk worth taking. Okay, very good. And what do you think East does next, having just trumped the 2 of spades with the 2 of spades? What does East do next? They play a singleton spade or a heart or a diamond. What do you think? Just waiting for the answers. What do you think if you're watching in replay? What would you do now if you were East, the defender? Well, let's look at the trick target. If you look to the left, you'll see 3 laying down like that. That means that the opposition have won 3 tricks. And as Andrew has rightly pointed out, you only need 1 more trick now. So to defeat the contract, you should take the ace of hearts. If you don't take it now, you may not get it later. Yeah, so you can see that you can defeat the contract, play an ace. There we go. Declare is now home and dry, but they are going to be 1 down. This is a defensive hand. We draw trumps. Counting them out as we go. There's 2 left. And they're all winners now, aren't they? If you look at dummy, ace, king of diamonds, 10, 9 of clubs, they're all winners. I am actually going to claim to save a bit of time. But we are 1 down. On that good defense, I think that hand illustrates what a good lead the ace is from ace-king. Okay? Because sometimes you find partner with a doubleton, i.e. 2 cards, and they can trump the 3rd round. Good. Nothing wrong with the contract there. It's just unlucky not to make. Everyone would be in 4 spades there. Let's go back to the classroom. Okay. I've opened 1 heart. And you're sitting there with 13 points, 5 clubs and 4 hearts. What's your best bid there as responder South? But yes, well done for cashing your ace of hearts. Can we think about those 2 things? Those 2 boxes that I get you to tick. Can you think about the fit box? So first question is, have you got a fit in hearts? have you got 4-card support? That's the first box you're thinking about ticking. And then once you've ticked that box, you should ask yourself whether you've got enough points combined to bid to game. And that'll be 25 plus, of course. So there are a couple of clues for you. Couple of clues. Always thinking about the fit, 8 cards or more. And then have we got the 25 points to the game? One or two of you have changed your answers, which is fine. You're allowed to change your answer in the chat box. It's not a competition. One or two might have changed their minds. Just give them a second to come through. If you're watching in replay, did you support Hearts straight away? You should have done. With 4 cards. Well, it doesn't matter, they're not particularly good ones. Any ones will do. Well, I like the way Denise is putting in symbols, Denise. Well done. Brightens up the chat box. Yes, very well done, actually. If you bid to 4 hearts straight away without any clues. So that is the right bid. You've got the fit, and you've got 13 points. You know partner's got at least 12. You got the 25 for game. Also well done in replay, those who bid 4 hearts straight away here. Okay, let's move on. What if the opponents have bid? If the opponents have bid, responders should exercise caution and use their judgment if it means responding at too high a level. It is not essential to reply with 6 points if the opponents have bid. And look, there's a judge looking a bit miserable. I hope I'm not up against him if ever I'm caught speeding or something. I won't be, because I use the Waze sat-nav now, which tells me where all the police cars are on the police cameras. If you've never used it, try it. Waze, W-A-Z-E. It's a free app that you load up onto your phone. It's a sat-nav. Okay. Yes, here you go. So 1 spade by me as north. So you learn all sorts of funny things on this in this classroom. Not all about bridge. It's not all about the bridge, no. So I've opened a spade. You had your response planned as south. East has bid 2 hearts now. What might you do, if anything, with the south hand? Responder. Just waiting for the answers to come through. Pour myself some water whilst I'm waiting. So the key thing here is that now, because the opponents have bid, the 6-point rule doesn't work. So if you were to bid here, you'd have to bid 3 clubs. Yeah, it'd just be too high, up at the 3 level with only 6 points. So well done, everyone. I think fairly universal. You're passing, yeah. It's a bridge too far. Yes, and by the way, hopefully you enjoyed the Jeremy Clarkson article on my Yorkshire Bridge website. If you didn't get the link, I can give it to you again, to Jeremy Clarkson's amusing article. Well, I thought it was amusing, on learning to play bridge a few years ago and how the scoring confused him. But if you just let me know in the chat box if you need the link for that again. Did any of you read it, by the way? It's not compulsory. Okay, so part 2 of the lesson, opening lead against no trump contracts. So against no trump contracts, the lead's actually pretty straightforward. The lowest card from your longest suit, pretty much what we've been doing. Anyone like to tell me what that white van is doing there? What's it got to do with? I'll send you the link again, Drew, yes, in a minute. What's that white van got to do with my text? With my captions? It's a bit random, isn't it? That'll fox you. Okay, so the lowest card non-suit, except prefer to lead partner's suit if they have bid. Yeah, it keeps them in a good mood. So if your partner's made a bid, lead their suit instead. After all, that's the suit they've advertised length and strength in. So let's have an opening lead problem. North's opened 1 spade. East, your partner's bid 2 hearts. South has jumped straight to 3 no trumps. They're not mucking around. What would be your opening lead? As West against 3 no trumps. Look at the bidding there. Meanwhile, I'll just fetch out the link for Drew. And 1 or 2 others. And for those watching in replay as well, I've just put in the link there, yorkshirebridge.co.uk/about. It's all on my website. And you can read a little bit more about me as well if you wish. Are you all leading the 2 of hearts? I think you are, most of you, not all of you. No names mentioned. We don't like to name and shame. It's bad for business. But yes, normally you would lead the 4 of clubs, but your partner bid 2 hearts. Yeah. They tend to get a bit hot under the collar if you forget to lead their suit. So you should lead the 2 of hearts here. Keeps your partner in a good mood. I'm sure they're in a good mood anyway, but they'll be in an especially good mood if you lead their suit. That pretty much stays with you till the end of time. Right. Opening lead against trump contracts is harder. There's lots more choices. The best lead is the ace, but only when you've got the king as well. Jack's favourite lead, to help you remember it. A singleton ace would be a good lead as well, by the way, if you just had a singleton ace. Sticking with opening leads against trump contracts, a singleton, 1 card in a suit, say the 9 of hearts, is the only heart you've got. It's called a singleton. A doubleton in bridge is when you have 2 cards in the suit. Okay? So singleton is 1 card, doubleton. Yeah. Andrew's got a question. Yes, Andrew, in any suit, can be the opponent's suit, but not trumps, yes. Yeah, not trumps. A singleton trump is not a good lead. I would almost never lead a singleton trump. Yeah, because that's helping declare a draw trumps. The idea of leading a singleton is that you void yourself and then partner can lead 1 back to you for you to trump. There you go. There's some whiskey of some sort. I'm not an expert. Yes, ace king in any suit, lead the ace, Andrew. Yes, probably not trumps though. Okay, here's another good lead. Is to lead the higher of touching honest. Goes with the kind of ace king thing. So lead in bridge, the lead of the king promises the queen, the one below. Okay, the lead of the jack promises the 10. The lead of the queen promises the jack of diamonds. Okay, so these are touching honest strategies. It's a good strategy because it's lose to win. So if you lead the king, probably lose to the ace, but then you've got the queen as a winner. So you lose 1 to win 1. So yes, look out for those. They're really good leads as well. Top of a sequence, we call them. Also sends a valuable message to your partner. Okay? Good. Let's go on to hand 2 on BBO. Here it is. 19 points. We open a club. What does South respond, if anything, here? 6 points. Give you a moment to think about it. One heart, of course. We must bid with 6 points. And over to North with their 19 points. What do they do next? Morning, Angela. Carrie. Well, they must support hearts, but to what level? 2 hearts, 3 hearts, or 4 hearts? Well, they've got 19 points. So they add that to the 6 that you promised. It's 25 points. This is why it's a good idea to respond with 6 points. 0 to 5 you pass. Okay. And it's all about the opening lead today. What does West lead to 4 hearts? South is declare, of course. They bid hearts first. Notice that we weren't ashamed to bid 1 heart with 4 to the 9. It was just our longest suit at the lowest level. So we're looking for ace from ace king. We're looking for a singleton. We're looking for touching honours. Yeah, as our good leads. If we didn't have a good lead, we'd just lead the 6 of clubs. Yeah, lowest card from longest suit. But here we've got a good lead. So well done for fishing out the king of diamonds there, promising the queen. Good. Well, I'm just deciding whether to draw trumps or not. Thank you, partner, for the dummy. Yeah, that's really what I'm deciding. I'm working out how many trumps the opponents have got. We've got 8. As declarer and dummy, the opponents must have 5. I'm hoping they divide 3 and 2, which they will do about 70% of the time. Right, so second player playing low. I think we should take the ace here. And what card do we play next in the dummy, do you think? Which card specifically do we play from dummy, North? Which card specifically do we play from North? Should we draw trumps on this hand or do something else? Remember, it's 4 hearts. Well, I'm going to draw trumps here. Those clubs can wait till later, and it would be wrong to play on clubs because very soon the opponents would trump you. if they ran out of clubs. So it's definitely a hand to draw trumps. I would start with the ace or king of hearts, yes. And no need to lose the first round. Counting them as they go. Followed by the king. Good start. Pleased to see that hearts have divided 3 and 2. We know that the queen of hearts is still out there. That's always going to win. What do we do next, do you think? Yes, Andrew, I misclicked there. Could have been either. But it doesn't make any difference. What do we do next, though, having drawn 2 rounds of trumps? You're watching in replay. What do you think? Did you play the ace king of hearts first? Is there any point, this is the question I'd like to ask, is there any point continuing with the hearts, drawing trumps? The answer is no. It's called the rule of 1. If there's 1 trump left, pardon me, and it's higher than yours, then leave it out. Okay, well done, Angela, Rob, and others, yeah. So now we play on our longest suit, which is clubs. And we got 2 club length winners here, look. What are we going to discard? A diamond or a spade, everyone? 3 of diamonds or 7 of spades, do you think? Definitely a diamond, yes. We can get rid of both of these diamonds, look. Hang on. Sorry, hang on a second. No, we need to trump that. So that's not a winner. Pardon me. I thought something funny was going on. Yes, we need to trump it, look. Because it's not a winner. Okay, very good. So now we can play a diamond to create the void. They can take that. This is good defense now, playing the queen of hearts. Drawing out our trumps. They now do best actually to play a diamond. Winning club. But now we're going to be 1 down. All about the defense today. There we go. So 1 down. It's 100 actually because we're vulnerable. But again, this is about the defense. Good lead of the king of diamonds there, promising the queen. If we hadn't led a diamond, then Declare would have been able to make it. So good attacking lead of the king of diamonds. Yeah, nothing wrong with the contract. You know, 4 hearts was a normal contract there. Interesting when you're drawing trumps though here, start with the ace king and then move on to something else. Okay, they're always going to make their queen. You're always going to lose 1 trump trick here. Let's go back to the classroom. Okay, opening lead against trump contracts. In order of priority, lead against trump. And number 1 is Jack's favourite. That's why we call it Jack's favourite. Ace from ace king. Number 2, closely behind that, is a singleton. And number 3, king from king, queen from queen, jack, etc. So what do we lead against 4 hearts here as West? If you're watching in replay, what would you lead with that hand there against 4 hearts? Do you have a good lead? Sometimes you have good leads, sometimes you have average ones, sometimes you have bad ones. All depends. But it's quite an art leading against a trump contract. We have another specific lesson on that at a later date. Opening lead, such an important card. But yes, here we've got a really good lead, everyone. The singleton 7 of spades. Yeah, the idea is if partner wins with the ace of spades, they will return the spade to you, which you'll trump with the 5 of hearts. Yeah. They may not have the ace of spades, but they may return the spade to you later on if they get the lead. And then again, you would trump it. Okay, you're leading against 4 hearts. What would be your best lead here? Maybe before this lesson you might have led the 2 of diamonds, but you're looking for top of a sequence. Remember, we'd only lead an ace if we had the king, everyone. Yeah, I would not lead the ace of clubs here because we don't have the king to back it up. But you've got a very good lead of the king of diamonds. Promising the queen, maybe the jack, but definitely promises the one below. And this sends a valuable message. Message in a bottle, maybe. What do you think it says in that message? It says, I've got the king and the queen of diamonds, I think is the message in that bottle. Leads to avoid in bridge. Well, an ace without a king. Don't leave out random aces. I've got you into the habit of that pretty early on, I think. Suits bid by the opponents. Avoid that because that's the suits that they're strong in. You know, try and lead suits that have not been bid by the opponents. So avoid the opponent's suits. That'd be the same in no trumps as well. Let's play our 3rd hand on BBO. Hopefully we'll save some time at the end to run you through how to register on Bridgebase Online and get playing bridge tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. This could be really exciting. I'm hoping that quite a few of you come along. Right. We've got 12 points. What do we open on the south hand? They're the dealer. Yes, the hands are all about defense today. So nearly all of the hands are doomed to go 1 down. Length before strength. It's 1 diamond, isn't it? North's got 15 points. What do they do? What's their best bid? What does North bid with their 15 points? It would make no difference if they had 20 points, to be honest with you. If I just said to you longest suit at lowest level, no need to bid 2 hearts here, just 1 heart will do. 6 to 26 points, as that famous bridge teacher in Huddersfield used to say, Doreen Adams. Legendary teacher over Huddersfield Way. Brighouse, I think it was. She says 6 to 26. So I've adopted her expression. South, what's their best bid with 12 points? Opener, as they're known as. What does South come back with? Don't look at the North hand. It won't help you. Remember, you only get to see your own cards in the bidding. Just make that really clear. Everyone's cards are hidden when it's the bidding. All 4 players. Some of you are bidding hearts there. No, that's naughty. You need 4 cards to support hearts. We've only got 3. So just 1 spade here by South. Promises 4 diamonds and at least 4 spades. And North, what do they do now with their 15 points? So interesting that, yes. Must support with 4 cards, not 3. Some of you, I think, were caught out there. And of course, knowing partner's got 12 points, we can jump to game. Well done. Knowing we've got at least 25 points. Actually, at least 27 points here. Because South has opened the bidding. Right. Very good. So the opening lead is what? Nick, I'll just call you back. I'm in an online lesson. No, it's fine. I'll call you back. Bye. What's the opening lead? Is it the Queen of Diamonds or is it the 9 of Hearts? Well, I think we might just need to get our jail free card. Remember, the favourite lead is Jack's favourite ace from Ace King, but followed very close behind it. Oh, there it is. It's the Singleton. Yes, that's a really, really good lead. Better than top of sequence. So ace from Ace King is the best, the favourite. Singleton very close behind. Third choice would be top of sequence, Queen of Diamonds. So there we go. You're going to see why this is such a good lead, I think, in just a minute or two. Right. What does East do next? What does East think about that opening lead of the 9 of Hearts, by the way? Well, I'll tell you what I would be thinking. If I was East, I'd be thinking to myself 2 things. 1, why have they led a suit bid by the opponents? Because remember, North bid 1 heart. Secondly, I'd be thinking something suspicious here. That really does look like a Singleton because there's 5 hearts in dummy. East has 4 hearts, that's 9. West and Declarer can only have 4 hearts between them. So it's very likely, if there's 2 good reasons, that it's a Singleton. So we shoot 1 back. For West to trump, also known as roughing, by the way. And what card does West play back now, having just roughed with the 4 of spades? Slightly jerky today in the video, I don't know why. Not as smooth as normal. What does West return? Which card? What would West like to do? Well, what West would love to do is get East back in again to play another heart for them to rough for the second time. What's the only chance of that? Oh, by the way, sequences don't start with a 9 and an 8, just to be clear. Yeah, sequences stop at 10. So here, the 3 of clubs Dummy's weaker suit. Yeah, there's no chance of getting partner in with a diamond because the ace is in dummy. As luck has it, third player play high. Partner does have the ace of clubs. They dutifully return a second heart to trump. And that's very good defense, what we call top defense. That's going to be one down. Trumping it, yeah. I'm just going to draw trumps. It's polite to do so. Yeah, never ever make a claim without drawing trumps, by the way. In fact, you shouldn't really claim. My advice is definitely as beginners, improvers don't claim. Play the cards out to the bitter end because opponents don't really like it. But obviously in a classroom, it's different. And I've got all winners left on the dummy, so I'm just going to claim those. But that is down one. Yes, 50 to the opposition. It'd be 100 if we were vulnerable. One down, vulnerable was 100. But nothing we could do. Yeah, it's just good defense. You can see how useful a singleton lead is, I think, from that hand. If you let the queen of diamonds, declare simply wins with the ace of diamonds, draws trumps in 3 rounds, and then plays on hearts, getting rid of the ace. And they make 10, 11 tricks in comfort. So they'd have to draw trumps in 4 rounds, yes. Because trumps are 4-1. If you remember just 3 things, can you remember to respond to opener's suit bid? One of a suit with 6 points. I think we're pretty good at that. Respond with your longest suit at the lowest level, most of the time. Length before strength. And finally, when you're leading, lead the highest of your touching honours. So ace from ace king, king from king queen, the queen promising the jack. That sends a valuable message to your partner. Well, it is the end of the show. Let's talk about, very important, about getting you onto BBO. So starting this Thursday, it's not the 8th of December, actually it's the 5th of December at 2 p.m. So that's tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. We hope you can join fellow LB beginners to play bridge online for free. Now, BBO is nothing to do with us. It's a separate thing run by Americans, but loads of English players play on it. So that means that neither LBO nor Jack can offer tech support for this third-party bridge site. But we will point you in the right direction with a video and written instructions. Obviously, it's going to be easier for some of you than others to get on, depending on how techie you are. But it's not a really techie thing. It's literally just setting up a username. There's also an evening session on Mondays at 7 o'clock. So come along to that one as well. Let's try and get as many of our beginners who are watching live and also who are watching in replay to join these sessions either this Thursday or Monday. And we have actually brought it forward by a week because obviously it gets a bit involved in the Christmas rush. So I was going to do this next week with you. I thought let's do it this week to give us more time before the Christmas rush. Okay, so registering on BridgeBase Online. Clearly it's better to play on a computer or a laptop. You can do it on an iPad or a tablet as well. The phone would be, you can do it on the phone, but it'd be a bit fiddly. So what you do is you search for BridgeBase Online or download the app on your device, and you will see this screen. Register in the top right-hand corner. You can play on BBO, as I say, on a tablet or phone or laptop PC. And then you register here. Your username could be your name or something anonymous. I'd probably go for a little bit anonymous. I wouldn't give your full Christian name and surname, but mine's YB123, as in Yorkshire Bridge 123. But you could be anything. You could have your first name and some numbers, whatever. I probably wouldn't put your full Christian name and surname. A good idea, a very good idea, is to put LBO at the end of your username. So other players from the LBO beginners class can easily identify you. For example, D. Smith, LBO in capitals. Yeah. Yeah, that really makes you stand out from the crowd, and other LBO players will be able to identify you. So, as I say, we've got 80 to 100 already playing on BBO. Okay, you'll then be sent an email, so be sure to click on the email in your link to finalize registration with BBO. My advice is to register today in time for Thursday, and even try and access the ACOL Bridge Players Club before to have a look around, just to familiarize yourself. So I would register definitely a little time before tomorrow at 2 o'clock or Mondays at 7 o'clock. Once you've registered, it will take you to this page. This is like the menu, and you will click on Casual in the top right of the page. And now you need to find the ACOL Bridge Club. Well, click on All Public and Private Clubs in the bottom right-hand corner there. You see it there? So all public and private clubs in the bottom right-hand corner. If you need to find it, in the top right-hand corner, search ACOL, and you'll find the ACOL Players Bridge Club. It normally appears in the top few games anyway. Yeah, the word ACOL, which is the system we teach in the UK. Very important now, because a lot of people on BBO play the American system, which is a 5-card major and a strong no trump. It's a different system. You don't want to get involved in that. So that's why specifically we get you into this ACOL Players Bridge Club. Okay, then you need to join a table. Once you're there, joining a table, then you can start to play bridge. So you'll be taken to this screen where you can see the online tables. If you see a table with fellow LBO students, then click on Sit. Okay, just click on the Sit. Here you will see in this one that Jack's mum has set up a table with a description of beginner LBO to the right. That's not a bad idea. In fact, it's a good idea for one of you who sets up a table to describe it as beginner LBO, yeah, or LBO beginner, to identify that it's a beginner's table. And then you just click on the Sit to join her table, and don't worry about the golden padlock. No. Okay, so literally you can see the sitting options there, can't you? So 4 of you can join the table. On the same screen, you can start your own table in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen where it says Start Table there. And again, you can put in a description, which would be beginner LBO, just to identify that you're beginners. Okay, so when you start your own table, one of you will do this. On this screen, click on the button next to Permission Required to Kibitz and Permission Required to Play. So just check those ones out there and turn the buttons to orange. Oh, thanks, Elise. See you later. And turn the buttons to orange or green on some devices. And then you can put in a description as well, which would be beginner LBO. And there's a video, by the way, that Bashir will put on the class page for beginners as well. There's a video that he's made just to guide you through this, similar to what I'm telling you now. Starting your own table with a partner now, just click on the south seat and put in your own BBO username. Mine's YB123. Then click on the north seat and put in your partner's BBO name. You will then wait for East West to join you from LBO. You just wait for players to join you. That's it, actually. Hi, Caroline.
Hi.
I think I've covered everything, haven't I? That's about right, isn't it, on the BBO?
Yeah, I think that's looking really good. The only thing that I was thinking of is just clarifying whether or not you need a partner before you join.
Oh yes, you need to clarify that, do you?
I think so. Well, so when they join on the second, they can join without a partner, can't they?
Oh yes. Oh no, that's absolutely fine. So single people definitely don't need a partner. They just join the table, and then someone sees that there's 3 players, and then another person comes to makes up the 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll find, because you can chat to each other, you can actually send each other messages, that over time you might actually meet somebody that you can play with regularly online. So
Oh yes. Loads of your WhatsApp group have now got regular partners, haven't they?
yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I play with a couple of times a week now. I'm playing with different groups of people, but it's like a regular thing.
Yeah. And it's good if you can have the same partner. Eventually, that's a good thing because you build up a rapport with your partner. Claudine says, I saw the video. It said you can pay extra to play with robots. How much is it? I don't know the answer to that question. Do you, Caroline?
I did do that not too long ago, because I think what you do is you pay a certain amount. You buy BBO dollars.
Yeah.
So you can buy sort of like $20, you can spend $20 or £20 or whatever, and you get a chunk of BBO dollars, and you can use those dollars to enter little competitions and that kind of thing, which you won't be doing yet, but they're like 20 cents or $1 for a competition. But you can also rent a robot for a week, and I think that's a couple of BBO dollars.
Yeah, it's not expensive, is it?
No, it's not. No, not at all. Yeah, it's very reasonable.
No. So I think it may have seemed a little bit long-winded the way I went through it, but actually you can see by the time you've done it once or twice, it's just really a few clicks, isn't it?
It just when you do something like that and there's a couple of windows, it always feels a little bit overwhelming, but it becomes habit so quickly. And actually, when you're actually doing it, interacting with it, you've got the context at the time, and so it makes a lot more sense as well. So. Yeah, I think
it's like riding a bike.
Yeah, it's not hard.
But obviously the first time it is more. Oh yeah, I'm not techie either, and I managed to do it. But obviously the first time it does take a bit longer because obviously they need to register. They need to put in their username, the password. Exactly. So the first time it takes a little bit more time. Hang on, Andrew's got a question on BB. I'm getting a lot of that's on Just Declare. Will they appear when we play at beginners as well? I don't know, Andrew, to answer that question.
Are they just, if they're like banner ads that are just appearing across the top, they might do, but I don't think when you're actually in a game, I don't think they come across. I don't think
so. I think that'd be annoying. But you can actually turn off adverts on BBO. There is a way of doing it. You just have to. That's a different ball game. Though you need to Google that, Andrew.
Everybody makes ads hard to get rid of, Andrew. That's the truth.
No, there is a way to get rid of them, Andrew. They are quite difficult, but you'd have to Google how to get rid of adverts on Bridgebase Online. I've got an ad blocker, which Bajir told me about, which basically blocks any adverts on BBO, which is great.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. And the other thing is kibitzing is it basically just means that people can join your table, not to play, but to watch. So just clarifying what that meant for people. So
kibitz it's a bridge terminology for watching. So someone who watches bridge is known as a kibitzer. But they don't need to worry about that too much. But it's going to be fun. So 2:00 Thursdays. Let's see how many we can get. But even if we only have 1 or 2 tables, that's still great. Oh, hello, Margaret. I couldn't tell you what the ad blocker is, no. But I think if you just Google ad blockers, yeah.
Or you could email Bajir, since he tracked it down to, was it Learnbridge Online? hello@learnbridgeonline.com?
Yes, I'll just put it in for them. Hello at Learnbridge.
I suspect it's an ad blocker for your particular browser that you're using, a web browser.
Yeah, you can email Bajir, Margaret. He would tell you which ad blocker to use. I can't remember the one he told me to use, but it works quite well. So yes, it's quite exciting. It's always not quite. It's very exciting this point. Where they've been learning for 7, 8, 9 weeks, and suddenly it's time to get into the big wide world. But really important.
Yes.
Can I just say something really important, everyone? Don't play with random people on BBO.
Yeah.
No, they will be experienced players. Some of them, they will be playing much, much quicker than you. Some of them will be rude because they won't be anything to do with LBO. They'll stick with the LBO beginners. Or we have actually told the other LBO players that there's beginners coming on. So they might come along and help you or join your table. But they know that you're beginners. You just say that in the chat box. You'll have LBO after your name. But no, that's really important, isn't it, Caroline? Last thing I want is kind of my nice beginners playing with scary American
and you'll
competitive
find you'll find that some people take it just a little bit too seriously. And they're not, they forget that they were beginners once too. So yeah, I think that's really good advice. Wait until you've built up a little bit of experience, but you know, you're in safe hands with this group of people. And the other thing is that on BBO, unless you do a specific thing where you pay for it, you're not on video, you're not being watched or anything like that. So just keep that in mind as well. You're not going to be watched, you know, so you're kind of safe behind the screen at the moment, so you can sort of afford to, you know, put your head in your hands and, you know, make some expressions. So
yeah, no, you're entirely right. But so there's no need for that, because I mean, you know, and you know, as you say, you know, you all play in this WhatsApp group. You're playing with fellow LBO members who are really friendly. You know, they've all learned together. They're on the same page. You know, it's just really friendly, fun game. But they do have to go into the ACL Players Bridge Club, don't they? Is that the one you use?
Yes, that is we either use ACL or the friendly, the casual one. But even ACL one, I don't think the robots are set for ACL playing. The robots are actually playing 2-over-1. So that's just something to be aware of, is when if you get a good group of 4 people together who are LearnBridge Online students, you're all kind of playing the same bidding system. If you do end up playing against robots, just be aware that some of their bids might not make complete sense to you. It's not you, it's them. They're playing a different system, but just go ahead and practice as you would anyway, right?
Yes, I think they'll be fine. I think it's just a question of getting on with it, you know. Just to reiterate that Bashir and myself, no point emailing us if you have any queries about Techie, because, you know, we basically don't know. You know, but there is a forum on BBO to help you. You know, there will be a frequently asked questions. But I think, you know, it's just a question of finding your way. The video that Bashir has done is very good. That's on the classroom page next to the where you download the worksheet and where you access the replay. So there's information.
It's just running all the time, right? Like, you can join in, and if you've only got 20 minutes to play, you can jump in for 20 minutes and play. It's not like you're joining for like a 2-hour session or anything. So I really, you know, if you just jump in and give it a go before next time, I can't wait to hear everybody, to hear who you know, how it went for everybody.
Well, I know we're entering in the Christmas period, so people are busier, but that's why I wanted to get them going this week, Caroline, as opposed to next week, you know, when we're just here at Christmas. So yeah, it'd be great if they go. I mean, generally when you go on tomorrow at 2 o'clock, you would probably play for a minimum of an hour. You know, I mean, some would play for 2 hours, but you know, you know, it's you know, you don't just play for like 5 minutes and then leave.
No, you don't. No, you don't. But it's always worthwhile, even if you've got 5 minutes just to run through the process of setting up your account. That's one step that you won't have to do again. Yeah,
and exactly. I think as I said, better to set up the account today or tomorrow mornings. You know, and actually, I'd go in and have a little fiddle in the website just to see how you get on before you join. And I would join like a bit early. Now, I'd definitely try and get on at about 1:45. You know, 10 to 2. Just get yourself in the lobby. Set up a table maybe and wait for the other beginners to come.
Press a few buttons, see what happens. Yeah, you'll be fine. Yep.
Yeah, it's just a question of, you know, just as Andrew says, try and see. You know, but it's one of these things, as soon as you know your way around it, it's very easy. Now listen, it's 10:38. I better get ready UK time for my next lesson.
You do. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for another fantastic lesson and for all of the insight into how to join BBO. And what have you got in store for us next week?
Oh, yes, we haven't talked about that. Very exciting. We're doing strong balanced hands.
Ooh.
So, yeah, how to bid when you've got 15 points, when you've got 17 points, and you're balanced. So, yeah, clearly you can't open one, no trump, but we look at how you deal with those hands. So, yeah, that'll be a really useful lesson.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we will see everybody next week. Thank you for joining us live. Thank you for joining us on the replay. Also, come along if you can, like Elise did. And we will see you all same time, same place next week.
Yeah, I'll be here next week. Have a great week, everyone.
Okay. Thanks, Jake.
Thanks, Angela. Yes, thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Drew. Good luck on BBO.